What is going on, everybody? What is going on? D Catch fam, hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope you guys have all had a great Tuesday, and I hope you guys are ready for a live 2023 single quarterback startup mock draft for the 2023 Dynasty Fantasy Football season. I am super excited for tonight's mock. This is our first startup of the offseason where we've ran with a single quarterback format. The majority of our Catch Fam Dynasty leagues are super flex, which is really what most Dynasty formats are turning into, right? But we are now officially running at least 2 Catch Fam single quarterback Dynasty leagues, which I'm super excited about. Just really do appreciate you guys as a community, all the involvement from you guys, everything that we've been putting together throughout this offseason. And I'm just so excited to hop into some single quarterback option or content, I guess, for the Dynasty season. So that's what we're hopping into tonight. Super excited to be here with you guys. You know what to do, man. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for being here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. On the way in, we put out free daily fantasy football content, Dynasty redraft, best ball all year long. So if you guys enjoy that, hit that subscribe button. And whether you are new to the channel or not, hit that like button down below on the way in as well. But most importantly, hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how you guys are doing. Any fantasy football topics, redraft, dynasty, best ball, any NFL topics, get it going. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk some fantasy football tonight. So I'm not going to waste any time. You guys had like every notification possible on Discord leading up to tonight's draft. So I know that the time decision for tonight was very last minute. So I hope everyone's here, but so far I think I've seen everyone here. So like I said, guys, we're not going to waste any time, and let's get this thing going. Okay, no random order tonight, and let's hop right into it. So let me know in the chat. Draft is live, by the way. JJ's off the board at 1.1. Let me know in the chat, for those of you who have played Dynasty before or playing Dynasty this coming season for the first time potentially. Are you guys in single quarterback leagues, or are you guys rolling in a super flex league? Let me know. All right, so for the most part, we are practicing for the first league that's been officially put together. Although we've got about three fill-ins. And then there's already, you guys have already done like 2 or 3 trades in that league. So those trades won't be represented on the board. But overall, just super excited for single quarterback leagues, man. So I've got the 1.9, and yeah, tonight's mock I just think is going to be very interesting because a lot of you guys were saying like you don't have any experience in a single quarterback dynasty league. You haven't even done any mocks before, and quite frankly, I have not either. So I'm just excited to see how the mock turns out, and I probably need to start taking a close look at the board here and really trying to strategize. So I think, like, frankly, for most of tonight, I'll probably just be going like best available player. But I don't know. One other thing that I want to get your guys' input on, I'll show you in just a second here. Very interesting first round so far. JJ, Chase, Lamb, Bijan, Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith. I want to go over the format that I have this set to as Tyreek Hill's off the board. I'm going to take Amon-Ra right here. So what we've got is a single quarterback, of course, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers. So we still have more value at the wide receiver spot than any other position. A tight end spot, we haven't decided if it's going to be tight end premium or not. I think we'll vote on it, but I feel like you guys will probably be okay with this. But the single quarterback leagues also being tight end premium. We've got 3 flex spots at the moment, is the interesting thing. I'm going to take C-Mac here, just because he's good at football. But yeah, we've got 3 flex spots because in our super flex leagues, we have 3 flex spots, if you include the super flex spots. So, you know, when we're looking at things here, I think that equates out. We've got 8 bench spots for the purpose of tonight's mock, but Yeah, let me know if you guys have any feedback about the setup. So 2 of the flex spots, you can only play a wide receiver or running back, and then you have 1 regular flex spot where you can also play a tight end. So I think that's, I mean, it's basically just a copy and paste. I mean, literally, when I created this league, like the single quarterback league, I just, the option on Sleeper, you can copy a league. I just copied the super flex league because there are like a lot of little details and settings I didn't feel like changing. And the only thing I did was I went in and I changed that super flex spot to a regular flex. So I think that works. I think you guys will be good at that. And that does mean, now that I said that out loud, that this our first single quarterback league is set to a tight end premium format, but we can still vote on that. But if you guys look at the settings, it will represent a tight end premium league. I would just plan on tonight's mock being a tight end premium style for those of you guys who are asking. I see Spencer asking at the bottom of the chat because I think that's probably what we're going to be getting into. So very interesting draft overall so far. All right, let's see who's up in the chat. J-Dubs, what's going on? John, what's going on? Sir Bongs a lot. Cinnabon, Thomas, Smokey the Cat, Walido. Appreciate all you guys being here tonight. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello. Thank you to those of you who are drafting with us tonight as well. Spence, I'm happy guaranteed Jamar or JJ at number 2. Yeah, I would be pretty happy as well. Godfather, no worries, man. I appreciate you hopping out of the draft once you figured out that you could not make it tonight. And I appreciate you, whether you draft with us or not, my guy. Andrea, hello. How are you doing? Always great to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing fantastic. If, of course, you are interested in playing in a Dynasty League, a single quarterback Dynasty League is what we have open at the moment, let me know on Discord, Andrea, and we can chat about it. But don't worry, we will still be having plenty of redraft content coming for you guys as well, for those of you guys who only play in redraft leagues. Albert, what's going on? How are we doing? Hello, hello. Yeah, wide receiver onslaught is almost an understatement. I mean, yeah. But in a 3 flex spots, 3 wide receiver spots, and you guys let me know. Like, I want your honest feedback. Like, do you guys feel like with the 3 flex spots and the third one not being a super flex spot, do you guys feel like that's too much? Because I could see, like, without the, because really the super flex spot is putting an added value on the quarterback position. Especially, from a dynasty perspective, if the quarterback position it is hurting at times for your roster. So do you think that 3rd flex spot is necessary or not, I guess would be my question. I still want to play 3 wide receivers, but do you guys feel like 2 flex spots or 3 flex spots is going to be better overall? Just looking for feedback right now. All right. Oh, where do I want to go with this next pick? Yeah, I mean, wide receivers have just been... Whew. I'll go DJ Moore right here. There goes Burrow. I would take a close look at ADP because I do feel like there's some slight ADP out there that's a little interesting. I mean, I'm sure you guys are looking, but I don't know. Maybe nothing too crazy. All right, let's see. Albert, if Zeke signs with Tampa, how far does Rachaad White fall in rankings? That's a good question. That is kind of the topic of the night that we haven't even gotten close to. The apparent rumors that Ezekiel Elliott could land at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which has been a suspicion amongst a lot of those in the fantasy community, a lot of those who are just into the NFL in general, or that he could still land back with the Dallas Cowboys as an option as well. So, but yeah, that, I don't know exactly put that out there, but that rumor came out probably 2 hours ago, maybe hour and a half or so. As I take Tony Pollard off the board, we saw Pollard be very, very productive from a fantasy standpoint with Zeke behind him, and Zeke statistically, when you look at last season, really wasn't that bad. Actually, was pretty productive and stole a lot of touchdowns. So if he goes to the Bucks, it does affect Rachaad White's value. But I like Rachaad White right now, and I don't think it really changes it for me, to be honest. He'll fall back slightly in rankings, though, to answer your question, for sure. Derek, what's up, my dude? Good to see you in the chat, man. Cats, I was worried. I was worried you weren't going to make it. Not going to lie. I was worried. Josh Allen, I'm very happy that you're here, though, my guy. Josh Allen falls all the way to 4.7. He's the 4th quarterback off the board. Very interesting. I mean, like, looking at ADP, like, he's been the best value on the board for, like, quite a few selections. So I would say that getting Allen at 4.7 is pretty nice, especially already having Diggs. Shane, what's going on, my dude? How we doing, man? Spence, I think 1 flex, 1 wide receiver / running back flex. Taylor, I prefer 2 flex over 3, but I'm game for whatever. Shane says to go 3 flex. Yeah, we might have that discussion within the league as well. We'll see. I just feel like, especially, like, I don't know, it could just be a little bit much. I mean, the thing is, like, if you have, I don't know. We'll think about it. I think either way, it's, I can see where 2 flex makes a lot of sense, though. We'll see. Andrew, no, not a super flex option, just a regular flex format. Yeah, I like the Allen and Diggs stack. I feel like Allen was a great value at 4.7 for you. Cats, I say 2 flexes because 3 flexes really devalues quarterback even more. Yeah, and that's the thing that I was kind of thinking of. Like, the reason why the super flex option is in there is to bring that merit to the quarterback position. And with this not being a super, being a single quarterback league, I feel like maybe the 3rd flex spot just isn't necessary. All right, I need to take a close look at the board here. So, I mean, I feel like for the most part, ADP is exactly the same. Like outside of the, when we're looking at a 2 quarterback ADP, outside of the quarterbacks, obviously, versus a single quarterback. But outside of that, like, I don't think there's really anything that's different. I'm interested in the way that I'm building my squad at the moment. Because, man, I wanted T-Law bad. But I'll take Herbie. I'm fine with Herbie. But yeah, I wanted Fields or Lawrence. But great selections there at 5.7, 5.8. I'll take Herbert. Not going to be too upset with that. And I feel like I still need to go wide receiver with this next selection. Ayuk a great pick, and Christian Kirk a great pick as well. I mean, seriously, really good picks there, Spence. Both the guys that I had. Next up on the queue. I'll just take D-Hop. I mean, like, yeah, long term I don't like the selection, but I do feel like he's the best available wide receiver. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Mike Evans there. Move into some younger tiers as well. But we'll move along. I'll take that. It's going to be weird coming out of this draft with only, like, quarterback's done. Like, I don't have to worry about the quarterback position now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Long term, you're going to want more than one quarterback, but you don't need to, like, it's just weird not having to worry about it. All right, there goes T-Hawk. Was wondering when another tight end was going to go off the board. Cinnabon, RBs seem really undervalued in this. Yeah, because it's interesting. Like, I was assuming this would be somewhere in between, and it still is somewhere in between, like a redraft mock and our regular startup superflex mocks. And I guess it still is, but yeah, running back. Interestingly enough, person putting the most emphasis on running back outside of Be Like Chunk. Well, okay, not really, but I'm just trying to make fun of myself. But yeah, I'm actually going after running backs early tonight, which I generally don't do. And looking back, as much as I like C-Mac, I think I prefer another wide receiver right there. Go a little bit more hero RB style, whether it's Pollard, Etienne, Jacobs, Harris, whomever right there. And just scoop up value in later rounds, you know. But hindsight's 2020. Like, we'll see. Love Amon-Ra at the 1.9. Take DJ Moore. Or I'll take D-Hop, but man, wide receivers just got decimated through those first 6 rounds. All right, into the 7th we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Let's do it. Superflex definitely more stressful, boss man, for sure. Cinnabon, I don't see a point in grabbing a running back until later with the need of 3 wide receivers each week, and usually wide receivers are better in the flex, so I just don't see a point. Spence says RBs have low value as in Dynasty, low career lifespans. Yeah, both fair points. Both fair points. Yeah, and that's, you know, even going back to like our super flex mocks, like I just having the 3 wide receivers, having 3 bench spots, like, or excuse me, 3 flex spots if you're including the super flex. I just feel like so much more emphasis at the wide receiver position than any other position. All right, trying to throw together a queue very quickly so I don't blindside myself. Next selection. It's a really interesting draft overall so far. All right, I don't want to lose out on Lockett, so I'm going to take him right here. I'm a little, I don't know, my team's a little old. I mean, Pollard's 26. Amon-Ra's 23. Herbie's 25. C-Mac is 26, so I don't know. I'm going to have to go after some young guys. Taylor, how many quarterbacks do we even roster? I mean, of course it's up to you, but I would say you're probably still coming out. I mean, like, you know, with how many rounds we're going to have, you're still going to want to come out of your draft with more than 1 quarterback. How aggressively you want to go after a QB2, potentially a QB3, that's up to you. But I think I won't be surprised if multiple teams still come out of their draft with 3 quarterbacks. Not at all. But it's just not as important if you have a cornerstone piece like a Trevor Lawrence, like a Joe Burrow, you know, and all the other quarterbacks off the board so far, essentially. But if you have a stable piece as your QB1, like, you know, you don't need to stress as much. I wanted Pacheco. This might surprise you. I'm going to go Jaden Reed here because I need a rookie receiver on this team. I was hoping Pacheco would actually fall out to the next round, which obviously was not a good thought by me. But yeah, I'll take another receiver here, and I'll take a rookie off the board. Still going to need to acquire those long-term pieces as well. All right. Okay, still throwing together a queue, trying to make sure I'm staying on top of everything. I know what's happening. Not missing players I really like. Okay, I think I'm in a good spot. See what happens. Shane, I think with 3 flex, that's why wide receiver is so valuable. You can fade running back. Yeah, and like that's the thing. I don't want running back to be too undervalued, you know. I don't know. Right now, I feel like I'm leaning towards 2 flex spots, but we'll keep thinking on it, and having discussions on it. And at the end of the day, I'll let you guys vote on it. Cinnabon, it's going to be fun drafting next to you, John, and also hell. It'll be fun, man. We definitely, like, I mean, just based on last offseason and the drafts we were in together last year, I feel like year to year we have pretty similar tendencies. So we'll probably end up taking a couple players from each other. Just like we did last year, you know. Especially in the auction league. I guess we need to get an auction mock set up at some point soon. I just really like this format. Like, I feel like it's, you know, I really like the Superflex format, and I understand why it's there. But I feel like for your more, like, laid back Dynasty managers, this format is really nice because, like I said, this is still, like, it's somewhere in between redraft and like a Superflex Dynasty league. It's not as intense, but it's still much more intense than a redraft league. All right, give me another receiver here. Like I said, I mean, like, I love Amon-Ra, DJ Moore, Hopkins, but I just need some more help overall at the wide receiver position, being that we're playing 3 wide receivers on a weekly basis. So, you know, now I'm in the position where I'm kind of fading running back for a bit because I feel like I have 2 studs at the position. But with that being said, I also just feel like Dalvin Cook is the best available player on the board, so I'll take him right there. Yeah, I just not going to pass him up right there. I mean, don't get me wrong. Age 27 and going into 7th season, but it just, regardless of if he's with the Vikings or not next year, I just think he's a good value in the 10th round. But with that being said, I need some young running backs. I mean, Pollard and C-Mac not that old, but I need some long-term moves here. Already missed out on a lot of guys. You know, Roschon Johnson went pretty early at 7.2. Bigsby's already gone. Miller's gone. Charbs is gone. Obviously, Bijan and Gibbs are far gone. I almost went Gibbs at 2.4. I'm not going to lie. I'm drafting Gibbs in best ball drafts and underdog drafts right now so aggressively. And I'm drafting Bijan pretty aggressively as well. But yeah, Gibbs, I'm like drafting. I mean, his ADP on underdog is going to shoot up any day now. But they've still got him as like a 4th rounder, which naturally is pushing them back in a lot of drafts because a lot of people do draft based off ADP, you know? I was wondering when Prescott was going to go. I feel like Prescott is just like a beautiful second quarterback. Like, you know exactly what you're going to get out of Dak when healthy. Even if there's a lot of interceptions involved, from a fantasy perspective, you know what you're going to get. Ooh, Zeke moves up a little bit in value tonight. Goes at the 10.12. All right. Cats, it feels like every team is worse than in Superflex. Do you think so? We'll see. Superflex feels more balanced at each position. That could be true, says Cinnabon. Cinnabon was tempted to take both James and Dalvin Cook. Shane, it was an auto pick on Zeke. Okay. That's okay. We'll survive. We'll survive. Ooh, where am I going to go with this next pick, man? Couple players available that I like right here. Poor Tyler Algier. It just like pains me every time I see his name. As excited as I am for Bijan, but it still pains me. There goes Gino. Think I'm probably going tight end with this next pick. No, I changed my mind. Give me Danny Dimes. I can sense a strong run at quarterback coming here. Let's see what happens. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more selections. 7 more selections, I'm sorry. All right, sorry, I'm adding a couple players in my queue here. All right, I should be able to survive. Thomas, I'm excited about our Dynasty Superflex, but the one quarterback Dynasty sounds a little more me. Not sure I want to join both yet because I want to do more redrafts. Don't ever overdo it. Yeah, no worries at all, man. Don't make sure you guys don't bite off more than you can chew, of course. And of course, like if I put out an invite to a league or invite you guys to a league, don't ever feel like obligated. Like you have to join a specific league. Just make sure you guys are keeping it to where it's still fun for you guys at the end of the day. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to go Ingram here. I want a proven guy. I'll take Ingram. But really, for me, the rest of this draft is just about building up youth and depth overall. That's what I'm going to be looking to do. I feel like it's a pretty solid squad. But, like, I'm relying on a couple veterans here for sure. Like, DJ Moore, Hopkins, Lockett, Lazard are all in my starting lineup right now. C-Mac and Pollard I'm not really concerned about. I was really tempted to go Michael Mayer over Ingram, but I'll take a proven guy. And we'll go for another young guy towards the end here. All right, 6 more selections, everybody. Unless you're in the 12th round, then you have 7 more. Cinnabon, I was obligated to come and destroy you. Per usual. All right, my queue is like very interesting right now. A lot of interesting players still available. And into the 13th round we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Madison, a good value there for sure. What do we do with Tyler Algier? Like, do I draft him? Probably not. If you are drafting Algier, like, what you're just hoping for Bijan to get hurt, or do you guys think there's a chance that Algier still sees some touches with the way that offense is ran? I don't know. I don't know if I feel great about it. Taylor, for going like basically 0 tight end, I love the 2 players you got there in Musgrave and Dolchich. I was really hoping Musgrave would fall out. I have no idea what I'm about to do with this next pick. I'm drafting Kenneth Gainwell. That's what. I'm like, all the players I have queued are like nowhere near the top right now. And honestly, with Boss Man on the board, I was just afraid he might take Gainwell. So, I mean, he did go running back at 13.11. So, oh well. Walito, like Tillman at 13.6 a lot. Yeah. I'm good with that selection as well. I was keeping an eye on most of the rookie receivers. There goes Boutte as well. All right, I'll just take Dawson Knox. Like, I know he gets a knock in value, but I'll take him here. Maybe Kincaid just opens things up for Knox. I don't know. Still a young guy. Still tied to the Bills and Josh Allen. Cats, I think there's a chance he gets 5 to 8 carries a game. Yeah, I mean, as you know, with Bijan being what he is, I still feel like overall you probably don't want to completely run him into the ground his rookie season, right? All right, there's the run at quarterback we've been waiting for. I mean, really, I went Jones at 11.9 and was worried it was about to happen. Geno went at 11.7, 2 at 11.1, Trey Lance at 11.11. Then we saw Cousins, Goff in the 12th round, Will Levis, the only quarterback in the 13th round. Here in the 14th round, Pickett, Rodgers, Carr, Purdy, all off the board. If Purdy fell out far enough, I would have definitely taken him. Coast to coast, I feel like Algier can be a good handcuff like an Elijah Mitchell or A.J. Dillon. I definitely think the Eli Mitchell comparison's fair. I definitely think that sort of situation could work itself out for sure. And I guess A.J. Dillon's pretty fair too. Thomas, if I get Bijan, I'm targeting Algier in later rounds. I'm fine with that. Handcuffing never really hurts, right? Oh man, I'm really torn on these next couple of picks. There goes J-Lo. Interesting quarterbacks on the board right now. I won't say anything else. Sean Penny's gone. I'm a little all over the place with how I'm going to wrap this up. Surprise Pickett fell makes me very happy with my quarterback room. It's a Cinnabon. Burrow and Pickett, not bad. And you got Freiermuth in there too, which is good. For your Pickett share, that is. I'm going to Deuce Vaughn here, which I like because I have Pollard. Especially if Zeke doesn't end up back there. I think, you know, there's already a likelihood that Vaughn could see touches. But, I mean, I like having Vaughn for the future, potentially. Pollard for now. Potentially both of them for now as well. We'll see how the splits work themselves out. But if Zeke goes back, I mean, that could complicate things. Cats, Neil Collins, my guy. Stamp it, remember his name. We'll definitely do so. Be interesting to see who comes out as the top Houston receiver. Who does CJ Stroud mesh with the best? Mr. Curly Wolf, what's good, my guy? Always appreciate you being in the house. What's up, man? Been a while. Good to see you. I just feel like I need more running back help, so I'll take McKinnon. Why is Darian Thompson Robinson's ADP above some starters? I have no idea. No idea. Yeah, really no idea. I mean, he could be the backup in Cleveland. Oh, yeah. That's really weird. He's above Mac Jones. And, I mean, even Malik Willis. Sam Howell, Garoppolo. Yeah, that must just be like a bug. Something that Sleeper needs to adjust. Or, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they like his value. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, maybe they're of the belief that he could play kind of like a hybrid type position. I don't know. How are we liking the Rashee Rice boys? Hearing a lot of buzz from Kansas City fans. I mean, I like Rashee Rice. But at the end of the day, you know, you just don't want to fall into the trap of what Kansas City does with its playmakers. A lot of volume to spread around, you know, very unique offense. But, you know, like his floor is Sky Moore. I think his ceiling is Juju when he was healthy last year, you know. And don't get me wrong, like Juju actually had some really good games. You know, had a good stretch. McCole Hardman and MBS had some really good games last year as well, which is easy to forget. So, hopefully, at the end of the day, I just hope he's consistent. But yeah, I do like Rashee Rice, for sure. I'll take the gamble with him being linked to the Kansas City Chiefs, for sure. Yeah, Cats, we'll have to take a look at the ADP. It's a little wacky here and there. Yeah, I like to move Cinnabon, go ahead and lock up Washington, Freiermuth, since you got Pickett there as well. Catch, probably because the ceiling is higher than Mac Jones or someone like that, with him being a quarterback with a lot of rushing upside. Yeah, like I said, I mean, maybe they think he'll be in like a, I don't know, hybrid type position or something, but it's definitely interesting, to say the least. Oh, I feel like I don't dislike my draft, but I feel like there's some issues with this team. I don't know. It's not too bad. Take Dwayne McBride here. I mean, I'm good at running back now. C-Mac, Pollard, Dalvin Cook, Deshaun McKinnon, Dwayne McBride. I'm good at that. Got two guys on the bench who can give me value if I need them. Two studs. Starting running back position, McKinnon. Also someone else give me value. Short-term, immediate value. Two rookies for the long-term. I'm okay with that. Running back I feel good about. I do wish I had made this 10 rounds so I could add a young tight end at the end of this draft. And like receivers, I'm not against right now. But I feel like receiver is, I don't know, just a little bit off here. Like I feel like my depth at receiver is not great. Like right now I have 6 receivers on this team total. I mean, I'm going to end it with the receiver right here. But who do I want it to be? I mean, I'll just go Trey Palmer. Like, I don't really love the selection. But the rookie receivers available Like Parker Washington, A.T. Perry are there as well. But I feel like Palmer could move into a more volume quicker than those other two guys. But really, I think you can make the argument for any of them. Outside of rookie receivers, like Curtis Samuel, Hardman, Darius Slayton, like I just feel like there wasn't very good options overall. So hopefully Palmer just has like a stable, output for some time. But yeah, if I could have gone like, if I could have added Brenton Strange, Will Mallory to this team, Kate Otten even, I feel a little bit better at tight end. Okay, Doug. There's your draft for you, boys. Mock draft for you. All right, this is gonna be interesting. All right, let's take a look at some teams. What you guys want? Mr. Curly Wolf, have a great night, my dude. It's really good to see you tonight, man. All right. Looks like Walito's up first. Alan Carr Hooker. Yep, long term, you're fine. You got Allen. He's still 26, going into 6th season. Like that's you're fine. Hooker, you get the experiment, see what happens there. Carr, just somebody you can throw in if you need to, right? Quarterback's fine. Kittle, Mayer, beautiful. Love the tight end position for you tonight, man. Chubb, Javonte, Kendre Miller, Gibson, Penny, Gray. I mean, I think running back's fine here. I mean, at the moment, running back has the least amount of value, so I think that's fine. A.J. Brown, Diggs, Quinn Johnston, Evans, Thomas, Tillman, and your boy, Puka. I think wide receiver's fine here. Yeah, I do feel like these mocks would look a lot better with 10 bench spots as opposed to 8. Which is interesting because I feel like with the Superflex format, you can come out looking pretty okay with just 8 bench spots. But let's see here. You'd be starting Josh Allen, starting Kittle. Got Mayer for down the road. I really like your tight end room tonight. Starting Brown, Diggs, Johnston, Chubb. Let's say Gibson. So we don't really know what's going on with Javonte. Now you have 3 flex spots to fill. At the moment, might turn into 2. You've got pretty good options here. I mean, Evans, Thomas, hopefully those are the guys you can rely on. I think Sid Tillman would end up being your 3rd flex. But you've got Penny, you've got Kendre Miller, you've got Javonte down the road, and you've got a couple other pieces there as well. So looks pretty solid to me. I think you have enough balance here. Like you got a rookie tight end. Allen's like you got a stud quarterback, a great value at 4.7, but you still got Hendon Hooker. You've got 3 rookie receivers, and you've got 2 rookie running. I think you've got a pretty good balance overall. So you have to figure out those flex spots. But I think this team is just fine. Spence, what we put together tonight, man. We got Stroud, Cousins, Ritter, staph infection. So late round quarterback build, you still land, obviously one of the top rookie quarterbacks. You get a stability piece in Kirk Cousins. You get Ritter, another young piece. Then you kind of get another potential stability piece at the end of the draft to Stafford. So I think it's okay. Obviously, your ceiling at quarterback's a bit limited, but I think it's okay. Goddard and Schultz, fine with that. Hall, Barkley, Dobbins, Dylan, Carter. Running backs look pretty solid, man. I mean, I understand why you took Carter. I think that's fine. But even then, I would maybe consider just a rookie running back somewhere in there. But running backs look pretty solid at the same time. And still, I mean, you're young enough, right? JSN, Pittman, Ayuk, Kirk, Pierce, Boutte, Chark. I can live with this wide receiver room. I think the ceiling's somewhat limited with these guys, but I think they're all like pretty consistent pieces to add. So you're starting Cousins initially, starting Goddard, Hall and Barkley, Pittman, Ayuk, Kirk, flexing JSN, flexing Dobbins or Dillon. Yeah, pretty solid core roster. One of those 2 running backs on the bench. You got Schultz on the bench. 3 quarterbacks on the bench: Pierce, Butte, Carter, Chark. So core roster looks very good. I think you have good enough pieces on your bench as well, Spence. How do you feel about it, man? All right, Shane. Kyler, Tua. I mean, I'm okay with it, but I still feel like just with the current injury history to both those guys, maybe you want just like, I mean, even if it's Russell Wilson at the end of the draft or Mac Jones or Garoppolo, like just somebody in case. But long term, I'm okay with those guys. Pitts, McBride, Everett, perfectly fine at tight end. Gibbs, Charbs, Zeke, Madison, Singletary, Evan Hull. Look pretty good at running back. JJ, Debo, Godwin, Deontay, Cortland Sutton, Myers, and Tucker. I mean, yeah, wide receivers look pretty solid too. Yeah, I like that you wrapped up Tucker there towards the end. So you're starting Tua, starting Pitts, starting Gibbs. Second RB is a little shaky. Could be Charbs, could be Zeke. You're probably starting, I think, truthfully, by the time the season starts, probably starting Zeke. But JJ, Debo, Godwin, very nice. Then you're flexing Deontay, Cortland Sutton, Jacoby Myers. Still leaves you with a couple running back options and some rookie options. So, yeah. Team looks okay to me, man. How do you feel about it, Shane? Cinnabone. What's up, dude? We got Burrow, Pickett. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all. Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, Fant. Look pretty good at tight end. White, Cook, Pacheco, Chase Brown, and Jalen Warren. Yeah. It's a solid squad, bro. Waddle, Higgins, Brown, Ridley, Juju, Beckham, Osborne, Zay Jones. Yeah. I like this team. I mean, you're pretty young at wide receiver. You could have, considered a rookie in there, but I don't know. I like this team, actually. Starting Burrow and Freiermuth, Cook, or I would say Rashad White and Pacheco, Waddle, Higgins, Hollywood, flexing Ridley, flexing Juju and Beckham. Got Cook on the bench, Brown for down the road, Osborne, 2 backup tight ends, backup quarterback, and I feel like Warren and Jones were pretty good value pieces where you drafted them. It's a good team, man. Yeah, really solid squad. What did we do tonight, boss man? My homies. Trey Lance. Mandrews and Laporta. Very solid quarterback and tight end room. Swifty, Kamara, James Conner. Herbie fully loaded. I guess Justin Herbert's Herbie fully loaded, but sometimes I call Khalil Herbert that too. Jamal Williams, Kareem Hunt. Running back is a little shaky for me, but I think it's fine at the same time with it being the least valuable position. Like if Swift and Connor are hurt and Kamara's not playing, and Roschon Johnson takes Herbert's touches, and I guess if Kamara's not playing, Jamal Williams is probably okay. Even I don't know, maybe Kendre Miller takes all their time. I don't know. Anyways, Olave, Judy, Dotson, Rashee Rice, Cooks, Boyd, Wilson, Shakir. I mean, yeah, wide receivers look pretty okay overall here. So you're starting Mahomes, starting Andrews. Lance and Laporta on the bench, very nice. Starting Swift and, let's say, Connor. Olave, Judy, Dotson, flexing Rashee Rice, flexing Cooks. Flexing Tyler Boyd. I mean, you got Herbert there. Jamal and Kamara. And 2 good young pieces in Shakir as well as Michael Wilson. Yeah. It's a good squad. Like I said, running back could be a little shaky, but you'll probably survive. All right, Catterick. We've got Watson and Purdy. I'm okay with that for a single QB league. Hawkinson and Njoku. I'm okay with that as well. Eckler, Jacobs, Monty, Wilson, Ibrahim, Ford. Look good there. And I like that you cleaned up some depth here at the end. But those three guys should be fine for the short term at least. And still pretty young. I mean, Eckler's 27, Jacobs 25, Monty's 25, although probably has the most competition for touches. Garrett Wilson, Cooper Kupp, Cooper, Josh Downs, Elijah Moore, DPJ, Robinson, Collins. Yeah, wide receivers look solid, man. So starting Watson, starting T-Hawk, starting Eckler and Jacobs, starting Garrett Wilson, Kupp, Cooper, flexing. Let's say Monty, Elijah Moore or DPJ, and let's say Josh Downs in the flex. But really, you could alternate all these guys that you have left. Yeah. Birdie's on the bench and Joku's on the bench. Looks pretty solid to me, man. I like it. All right. Coast to coast at the 1.7. Let's see. We got Fields, Geno, Waller, and Nkonkwo. Yeah. I have no problem whatsoever with quarterback or tight end room. I really wanted Fields in this round, I'm not going to lie. Fields or T-Law, I guess. Good pick at 5.7. JT Walker, Harris, Akers, Algier, perfectly fine at running back. Smith, Williams, Tony, Dobbs, Mechie, Palmer, Hodgins, Renfro, Atwell. You definitely had to add some wide receiver depth towards the end. Like running backs, quarterbacks, tight ends look great, but you took a little bit of a hit at wide receiver. But you still got pretty good value through honestly through the 16th round. Just don't have absolute studs. Regardless, you'd be starting Fields, starting Waller, starting JT and Walker, starting Smith, Mike Williams, Tony, flexing Najee Harris, then flexing, any of your other options. Cam Akers, Romeo Dobbs, Mechie, Palmer, Hodgins. Yeah, team looks pretty solid to me, man. Good drafting tonight, guys. It's just, overall, not still 110%, in terms of experience, long term, knowing what you guys will need and everything. So just still trying, for me, my end, trying to get an idea of how everything should look. But I think so far everything looks pretty good for you guys. All right, Taylor at the 1.3, Lamar Jackson, Prescott, Russ. Yeah, quarterbacks are fine. Musgrave, Dolchich. I love what you were able to do with tight end tonight. Ramondre, A-Chain, Jones, Spears, Zach Evans, Fournette. Running backs look fine, man. Lamb, Metcalf, Addison, Bateman, Keenan Allen, Gabe Davis, Hutchinson. Wide receivers look very solid. I like this team a lot. You're starting Lamar, starting Dolchich, starting Stevenson and Jones, starting Lamb, Metcalf, Addison. Then in your flex spots, you got A-Chain, Bateman, Keenan Allen, Gabe Davis, Musgrave. You got a lot of options there, which is good. On the bench, you got Spears, Evans, Hutchinson for the long term. Got an extra tight end on the bench, extra quarterback on the bench, and you got playoff Lenny. Yeah, it's a good team, Taylor, for sure. Dubby, what we do tonight, man. Richardson, Young, and Love. Interesting. Gonna be relying on J-Lo pretty heavy, I think, while the growing pains of the rookies come out. Komet, Jawan, you're good there. Bijan, Pierce, Damon Harris, Mitchell, Tucker. It's not the best overall depth, but I'm not gonna knock you too much when you have Bijan as your RB1. Just figure out the RB2 spot, you'll be okay. Drake London, Christian Watson, J-Mo, Burks, Mooney, Hyatt, Tank Dell, Thornton. Yeah. A lot of upside of those first four guys. You're starting Jordan Love, starting Komet, starting Bijan and Pierce, starting London, Watson, and Burks. Down the road, you're starting J-Mo, but you're not initially. So it'd probably be Mooney, Hyatt, Mitchell, maybe Harris. You got options there. The more and more I've gone through these teams, I do feel like I'm leaning towards 2 flex spots compared to 3 flex spots overall, which is what I think you guys will probably decide on. Team looks pretty solid, J-Dubs. All right, let me get caught up here. Derek. Let's take a look at Derek's squad. And okay, I think I'm caught up now. All right, Derek. T-Law, Goff, Rodgers, Jones, Garoppolo. Holy cannoli, Batman. You're loaded at quarterback. Kincaid and Shoemaker. I'm okay with that, but I'd probably still go with a proven guy. Like, if you go Kincaid early, I'd probably just hold off at tight end and get, like, Jawan Johnson or Hayden Hurst, Noah Fant. But I know, you're a Dallas fan, of course. Right? At least if you do go Shoemaker, like, instead of going with one of these late-round quarterbacks, I go with, like, just a veteran tight end. Etienne, Henry, Sanders, Bigsby, Izzy, Pirine. Running backs are good, man. Hill, Adams, Flowers, Moore, Shaheed. Yeah, instead of going with extra quarterbacks, like, I mean, you can go Goff and Rodgers, but Jones and Garoppolo aren't necessary in this format. I would go with 2 more receivers right there. But really, outside of that note, I think the team looks very good, Spence. Or, excuse me, Derek. Looked over at the chat for a second. So we're starting T-Law and Kincaid. Etienne and Henry. Hill, Adams, Flowers, flexing. I mean, you got Sanders, Shaheed, Sky Moore, Pirine. Those are probably going to be the guys in your flex. I don't think Bigsby or Izzy will see enough volume immediately. But yeah, even though this is Dynasty and we're playing for the long term, I don't think you need to come out of your draft with 5 quarterbacks in a single quarterback format. But outside of that, I think it's a pretty solid team, Derek. How do you feel about it, man? Shane says, what about 2 flex, 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers? That could be part of our discussion as well. We'll get it polished out, whatever we end up doing. We'll get it polished out for sure. Draft of the night, you guys are asking me. Okay, I know I really like Taylor's team. Lamar, Dulcich, Stevenson, Jones, Lamb, Metcalf, Addison. Then in terms of the flex, A-Chain, Bateman, Allen, Davis, Musgrave. Maybe not Musgrave, but potentially, right? But then even like Spears, Evans, Hutchinson down the road, extra quarterback. I like Taylor's team a lot. I like Walito's team too. Allen, Kittle, Chubb, Gibson till Javante's ready, and Kendre Miller takes over his backfield. You got Penny there as an option. Mayer's your backup tight end. I love that. Brown, Diggs, Johnston starting. I guess flex is slightly shaky. I mean, Evans, Thomas, the rest of the running backs, Tillman. You got options. I did like that team a lot, though. Chunk's team was pretty solid for going pretty light at receiver early on. I like what Cinnabon was able to do tonight as well. I actually really like Cinnabon's team. Burrow, Pickett as a backup, Freiermuth, Washington, and Fant on the bench. Very solid at quarterback and tight end. Waddle, Higgins, Brown starting is beautiful. Ridley in the flex. Juju in the flex. Cook in the flex. White and Pacheco starting. Beckham, Brown, Osborne, Warren Jones on the bench. I don't know. Cinnabon might be my team of the night. I really like that squad, actually. I did like Bossman's team as well, though. I mean, Mahomes and Lance is great. Andrews, Laporta is great. RBs could be a little shaky like we went over, but like short term, if everyone's healthy and not suspended, in a very good position. Wide receivers look great. I think I'm going to go with Cinnabon, actually. But a lot of good teams tonight, guys. A lot of good teams. I feel you, Derek. This is a time to try things out for sure, man. Yeah, we'll get all the roster stuff, all the scoring format stuff figured out for sure. All right, let's roast my team to wrap up the stream. Herbert, Danny Dimes. I'll take it. Felt like I was in a position in this draft where I couldn't go for a third quarterback. But I'm okay with those two guys. Would have preferred Lawrence or Fields, but I'm okay with Herbert. Ingram and Knox. I don't love Knox as second tight end, but I am okay with Knox if I can score. You know, if we had those 2 extra rounds, I should have made this 10 rounds. Then, you know, a Brenton Strange, Laporta, you know, somebody else. Or, excuse me, not Laporta. He's far gone. Will Mallory is who I was thinking of. But I can live with it for now. C-Mac, Pollard, Cook, Gainwell, Deuce Vaughn, McKinnon, McBride. I actually am okay with how the running back room turned out. But, man, I never go so aggressive at running back that early. St. Brown, DJ Moore, Hopkins, Lockett, Jaden Reed, Lazard, Trey Palmer. I'm okay with this receiver room, but Hopkins is 30. Lockett is 30. Lazard is 27. DJ Moore is 26. St. Brown's my youngin'. I mean, I got 2 rookies, and I got St. Brown. DJ Moore's kind of in the middle. And I've got like 3 veterans. So that's not that bad. And even Lazard, I mean, 27. Yeah, I'll put him in the veteran format. I think this team's okay. I think it's fine. Knox is my second tight end, makes me a little. But like I said, like in a real draft, we'd have more rounds. I could draft a rookie. I mean, Knox is still young, still tied to Josh Allen on a contract. But they're going to use Kincaid. Don't get me wrong. So I'd be starting Herbert, starting Ingram, starting C-Mac and Pollard, which does have a nice ring to it. Starting Amon-Ra, DJ Moore, Hopkins, flexing Lockett, Lazard, and Dalvin Cook. But I've got Jaden Reed there, Gainwell, McKinnon. But I think Reed, Deuce Vaughn, McBride, Palmer, like we're sitting back. Those are long-term pieces. So really in that second or third flex, I should say, I mean, I got Cook, I got Gainwell. And that's where I just want one more studly receiver on this team. I guess I could always flex Dawson Knox as well. This is good news. McKinnon, of course, is there. I think it's a pretty solid squad. Some notes to be made. Let's go, Cinnabon. I'm happy for you, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I think that wraps it up for the night. Got through all the team reviews. Interesting stream tonight. A lot of notes to be made. A lot of notes to be made. But overall, I think this was definitely a very good first draft for our single quarterback startup format. And a very good practice for those of you guys in the single quarterback Dynasty League. So there will be more spots opening up for our second league. If you guys are a YouTube member, you're guaranteed a spot. If you're not, you'll be added to a list to be randomly pulled from. And I'm just kind of collecting names. So if you guys are on Discord, there was an announcement about that earlier. If you just respond with a any emoji to the message, then I'll have you down on the name or on the list. And we'll go from there. But so far, yeah. I mean, so far we have enough to fill a second league, so we'll probably be doing 3 leagues total because I can get a third league filled one way or another. So yeah, if you guys do want to play in a Dynasty League this coming year and many years down the road, we have some room. And I'll just keep making announcements on Discord and getting everything organized. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys coming out tonight and hanging out, talking some fantasy. And I appreciate you guys who did get to draft with me. It was definitely a good stream. I'm just trying to take everything in. It's the first time we did that. So, all right, guys. You know what to do, man. Hit that like on the way out. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for hanging out tonight. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button on the way out. And outside of that, check out the links down below. Join our Discord, follow us on Instagram, all that good stuff. So, all right, man. I appreciate you guys. I'm down to run like some mock drafts a little bit later on. If anyone's around, I'll keep an eye on Discord for what you guys are up to. So that's gonna wrap it up, man. If you guys need anything, make sure to let me know. Discord, Sleeper, Instagram, whatever. And outside of that, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Talk to you guys tomorrow. And that does it. There you have it. Your first single QB Dynasty mock in the books. With that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the Catch. And